7 DIY updates completely transformed this boring kitchen, and I did all of them by myself and in less than a month. So in case you're new here, when my husband goes out of town for work, I jump on a new project in the house that he usually doesn't know anything about, and I get started because that way I don't have to discuss it. I can just do it, and then he's happy when he comes home and he sees it's done and he didn't have to help at all. And this kitchen is a special case because it has been bothering me for about 7 years now. We had that kitchen remodeled 7 years ago. I didn't do any of that work myself, and there have been problems with it ever since it was finished. It just never felt like a completely well-designed, finished kitchen, so I needed to address some things. So the first thing I need to fix is the crown molding that has yellowed over time because it's oil-based paint. Next up, I've got dark shadows over my cabinets. The ceilings are 10 feet high. The cabinets go up 8, so I've got these dark shadows that make it look dark and dingy. My hood has this terrible thing covering the pipe above it. I need to fix that. The texture on the ceiling is terrible from what they've done, so I need to address that texture. The next thing is the way the can lights are just kind of hodgepodgey all over the ceiling. They're not laid out in nice straight lines. That makes sense, so I need to move some of those lights. And since I love tons of trim and molding all around the house, I'm going to extend my cabinets up a little bit higher, and I'm going to get rid of the tan or the beige walls and I'm going to paint them the color that matches the cabinets to make the room feel whiter, brighter, and more open. Okay, let's get started. Aside from Fluffy here, I did all of the work for this kitchen makeover myself. That always saves me tons of money with projects like this, but I have been doing DIY for probably 30 years now, and I grew up with a contractor dad. So some of these projects are easy for everyone, and some of them are easy for me just because I've been doing things like this for so long. As you can see, I took down my crown molding here. I set it aside for later, and I started to install shiplap across the ceiling. I decided that's how I wanted to address the texture on that ceiling. I marked all of the joists in the ceiling to make sure that I was attaching that shiplap into the strongest possible place, and I just used my brad nailer in that case. Since I'm attaching to the joist, I don't need to use any adhesive. Of the 7 changes that I made in this kitchen, this shiplap install is definitely the most labor intensive, the one that took the most time. So I would say it's probably the hardest. While I was working on the shiplap, I also worked on painting the walls the white that would match the cabinet color. Again, I did that because I thought the white on the walls is going to brighten the room, get rid of that dull tannish brown look that was in there. Painting it all one color also made the room feel larger and more open. The hardest part was actually just finding the color that matched. But it turned out looking so good. I used eggshell sheen and the same exact color on the trim, the walls, the ceiling to match the cabinets. I love the way this turned out. Here's a sneak peek at what the kitchen's gonna look like at the end. Next up, I worked on extending the cabinets up a bit higher. So like I said, they already go 8 feet high. I cannot reach the upper part of the cabinets as it is, and I'm a tall girl, so I didn't want to extend the cabinets all the way to the ceiling. I decided to do it with trim, just an extension of about 8 inches, and it made all of the difference. To extend the cabinets, I used my brad nailer along with 1 1/4 inch wide chair rail. You can see there along the top of the cabinets with the 1x6 sitting right on top of the existing cabinets. So that 1 1/4 inch chair rail hides the joint between that 1x6 and the existing cabinets. And then I just reattached the crown molding that was already on my cabinets to the 1x6. So that just draws those cabinets up a bit, adds a little bit extra detail. And I do love the more detail, the more trim, the better. And again, I just painted this with the same exact paint that I used on the walls, the ceiling, all of the other trim in the kitchen. Now let's talk about how I fixed that yellowed crown molding. So I didn't want to just paint it. I popped that crown molding off, set it aside. I wanted to turn it into a 2-layered crown molding look to give it a chunkier, bigger look that fit these 10-foot high ceilings better. So 2-layer crown molding is typically a baseboard and the normal crown molding. Go to the store, find the baseboard profile that you like, the one that looks best with your crown molding, and you install the baseboard on the wall first, and then the crown molding goes above it. So I did reuse my crown molding, but I sanded it down and made it look really nice before I reinstalled it. Removed all of the old caulk, got it back to looking brand new. As you can see here, I extended that range hood cabinet box all the way up to the ceiling. So it's similar to what I did on all of the other cabinets, but instead of using 1x6, I used just regular plywood and cut it to size to extend that all the way up. I removed the tiny little box that was there before that looked so weird above that giant cabinet above my range. You can see here how I hang that baseboard about 1.5 inches lower than the ceiling so that the spacing is right for installing the crown molding over the profile on that baseboard. This is going to vary based on what kind of baseboard you pick, the kind of crown molding you have. Pick out the layout that you like. Bring that baseboard down as far as you need to or up as high as you need to get a look that you like when you install 2-layer crown molding. I'll give you another look at that 2-layer crown molding when I finish it soon, but next up, let's move on to the can lights. I ended up needing to move 4 of the can lights on my ceiling, and luckily that shiplap running lengthwise through my kitchen made it easy to line up where all of the can lights needed to go, so I could get them into nice straight lines. After moving 4 of those can lights, I now have 2 nice straight lines in the kitchen. I love the way it looks so much better. I'll show you what I did with the island lights in a minute, but I'm just so happy that I now have perfectly straight lines, evenly laid out kitchen lights. It just makes a lot more sense. Another little change I decided to make during this project was to change the way this cabinet looks so that it hid that vent, the grill and the lights from view when I walk up to my stove. So I grabbed one of the leftover 1x6 boards, clamped it in place, traced on a design that I like to go with, and then decided to copy some of the existing cove molding on there onto that board. First, I cut the board to size with my jigsaw, and then I moved on to using my router to carve out that cove molding detail on that board. And of course, I used my brad nailer to attach that to the existing vent hood over my stove. I love the way this turned out. All right, let's move on to the island lights. I found these gorgeous lights on Etsy. They're made by an American company, I think in Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. If you like these pendant lights as much as I do, I'll put a link to them in the description below. They're absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend these lights. They have kind of a vintage vibe, but it works perfectly with my traditional style. Okay, before I show you the finished kitchen, here's a reminder about where I started with this kitchen. And here is the finished kitchen. I love how this turned out. The shiplap on the ceiling is perfect. It hides that ugly texture that was there before. It looks clean and uniform, and it has that touch of detail and trim that I really like throughout this house. The extra trim on top of the cabinets also adds to that extra detail that I really love that gives this kitchen a custom look. Of course, the changes that I made to the cabinet above the stove also made a huge improvement in this kitchen. It looks so polished and finished with the straight lines going all the way up to the ceiling with that 2-layer crown molding over it. It's perfection. Matches my style perfectly in this kitchen. I don't know about you, but I love this. Painting the walls and ceiling and trim the same color of the cabinets in this kitchen makes the whole room feel brighter, more open. It lets the eyes draw up, and it's perfect now that I like the ceiling and I like the can lights and I love those pendants. Well, that's it, guys. I hope this video inspired you and gave you ideas for your kitchen. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments too. I always try to answer them. Thanks.